MLVC.
Excuse me, but I'm singing in one key and you're singing in another.
Poor is the man whose pleasures depend on the permission of another.
Open the door now and suffocate. Just give me a fan.
I don't trust any man who hasn't kissed another man.
I'm waiting.
All right, people, it's time to get your dancing shoes on. You're listening to MLVC. It's all Madonna, all the time.
Welcome to the party, bitches.
Hi there, this is Melissa Totten, and you're listening to MLVC, the Madonna podcast, your place for all things Madonna Louise Veronica Ciccone.
Hi, everybody. It's Liberty. Sorry, I was asleep.
Well, wake up, Liberty.
Yes.
Hey, everybody. It's Stefan. Welcome to another episode of MLVC. As you just heard today, we are joined by a woman who has been impersonating Madonna, as she says, since 53 BC. Welcome, Melissa Totten, to the show. Hello, Melissa.
Hi, nice to be here.
Melissa, where are you podcasting today from? I know you've been traveling a lot.
I have been traveling a lot, but I just drove from Berlin back to England. I live in the British countryside, so that's where I'm podcasting from.
Nice. But I don't detect a British accent.
No, I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy. I was born in Virginia, and I moved to Chicago, and then Las Vegas, then Scottsdale, then I moved to England. So I've been here for 15 years, but I won't be losing my American accent anytime soon. Nice.
No, I was going to say you don't have a case of the Madonna where you're
I can't do that. You know who can do that? Nadia Ginsburg. She can really do that. I love it. I can't do it.
Yeah, Nadia has such a fun affectation on her Madonna voice. You know, it's a fun little way that she's characterized that. It is.
It really is. She's gifted.
Yeah.
Not everybody can get away with that,
So you don't have a Madonna vocal take per se. You just use your regular voice.
I don't really have a Madonna vocal take. I've been asked to do some things kind of like speaking as Madonna, and I just feel so strange. I don't know how to do it, but living in England and performing all over, people just that aren't from the States are like, oh, you sound just like her. Oh, that's a great fake American accent you have. Oh, well, thank you.
That's funny. All right. Well, before we jump into some questions, remember, you can find us on Instagram at MLVC Podcast. We're also on YouTube. Just search MLVC Podcast. You can donate to the show. We're on Venmo at MLVC Podcast, or think about becoming a subscriber. Get these shows before anybody else does. Patreon.podbean.com/MLVC Podcast and help keep this show afloat. As I said, Melissa Totten is now in her 31st year of impersonating Madonna professionally. She's performed in over 30 countries around the world. She does sing 100% live as Madonna, and she's been making her Madonna outfits and costumes for the better part of 20 years.
Yeah.
So that's a long time to have been impersonating her. Yes.
It is so bizarre. I mean, it really is a long time. I think most impersonators, professional kind of level impersonators that I know, we never ever think, it's always, once I hit 30, I'm never going to do it. Or, I can't see myself doing this at 40. No. And now, I'm way past that. But it just, I don't know. I feel like I'm finally getting okay at it.
You're getting into the groove.
I am. I'm finally getting it. So
just now, after 40 years, it's wow.
Not
40 for you. 20 over 20 for you. No, wait. Yeah, over 20 for you, but 40 for Madonna. So
Madonna doesn't need practice.
She doesn't, because she's just going as she goes along. She's inventing herself.
Absolutely. And let's get one thing straight. Nobody is doing Madonna like Madonna. Let's just put that away. Nobody thinks that they are. Mm-hmm. Nobody is. Nobody looks like Madonna, sounds like Madonna, moves like Madonna, is Madonna, acts like Madonna. Really, 100%. So all we're trying to do is pay a tribute.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And I think that brings so many people so much joy, because not everybody has the opportunity to see her live or as often as we would love to.
Yes.
So we're thankful to have performers like yourself who are able to share with us a little bit of that flavor, in the in-between times. I know I discovered you, I think it was around Confessions. I remember seeing a video and thinking, oh, wow. I really thought it was Madonna. So,
Wow.
you got me, because I was like, wow, that is a very good Madonna. I mean, after I realized that you weren't the actual Madonna. So
Right.
you're doing a pretty good job.
Thank you very
Pretty good job.
much. I had the occasion to bump into Simon Cowell one time. He said, it's like comparing a Ferrari to a kit car.
Oh, gosh.
And I actually just said, but I'm not trying to be the Ferrari. I'm trying to be the Ferrari of kit cars.
There you
know
go.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do anything untoward.
Right. You're not trying to fool people.
No, not at all.
It's not like,
Not at
look,
all.
I'm Madonna. No.
Not at all.
Yeah, or to pretense like I am as wonderful as,
No.
because I think that's how, myself, I like to, cover some Madonna songs myself too, but
I've seen you
tinker.
recently on guitar.
Oh my goodness, thank you
Was it
having
gone?
looked. And I think I did, the one that I posted was
Easy Ride.
Easy Ride.
I love that song.
Just to celebrate 20 years of American
Yes.
life. But it's a recording from several years ago. So I just tinker on guitar. I really don't play well, but I like to do it. And
exactly. It doesn't
I like-
matter.
and I like to sing Madonna songs. I don't pretense that I am as good as Madonna on guitar, or I have access to the time or the skill or the teachers that she has. But
Amen, sister.
it's just fun,
Yes.
All right. Well, let's all just stop selling ourselves short. We are all wonderful artists here on the show. We know we might not have the money that Madonna, the money and marketing that Madonna has, but we are all artists in our own right. So
That's right.
period.
True.
That's the end. Now we're going to move on.
Naturally. Let's go right to the beginning. Let's get in that nitty gritty. How did you get started impersonating Madonna?
I'll start at the very beginning. And Madonna and we are 10 years apart in age. So if you can imagine, when Madonna came out, I was 16, 15.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when Madonna first came out and some of her singles were on the radio, nobody knew what she was, who she was, what she looked like. And everyone assumed that she was this little high-pitched singing black girl.
Right.
Yeah.
Until finally, like People Magazine or American Bandstand or something. And then people started to say right off the bat that I look like Madonna. And I dressed up like Madonna for a Halloween party in high school. It was my senior year, so 1985 into 86. And my life was never the same. People just, all of a sudden people knew who I was. And I thought, okay. And then I went to go see Madonna, Virgin Tour.
Nice.
Awesome.
Jealous. I'm so jealous. I missed that show.
I had a t-shirt and I had a program. I have no idea where they went. I'd love to have them, but the ticket was $14.25.
Oh my God. Imagine.
Yeah. I mean, and I could totally afford it with my, my Marshall's job.
Yeah.
And the Beastie Boys opened up and they were completely unknown at the time. It was quite a time, but anyway, let's fast forward. I was getting my degree in advertising, copywriting in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And this would have been 1990. And I got dared by a college professor for my final 3 credits of my degree to market myself as a Madonna impersonator, because still people were telling me this and that. And I have to say, I never looked more like Madonna than I did back then. I just did. And so I just did it for college credit. So this is a little bit of a long, weird story, but I ended up seeing on a television commercial, this was way before the internet or anything like this, that a little impersonator town had rolled through Chicago, or a little impersonator show had rolled through, and they said at the end on the news, if you look like anyone or think that you could impersonate somebody, call the number on the screen. And I thought, perfect for my project.
Right.
Wow.
This is because it was to complete my project. So I called. And they're like, well, who do you think you can? And I said, well, I think I could probably do Madonna. And I'm laughing the whole time because I have no singing or dancing or any stitching ability, anything. I've got nothing. And they were like, oh, that's great. Actually, we need a Madonna in our show. I was like, oh, okay, great. And they said, well, could you come to our office and audition? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, well, can you sing a little? I'm like, yeah. Can you dance? I was like, of course I can dance.
Fake it till you make it.
That's right. So then they said, this is downtown Chicago. Can you come to 1100 North LaSalle? And I was like, excuse me? Why 1100 North LaSalle? Like, well, that's where our office is. Are you ready for this? That's the apartment building that I lived in.
Oh, how funny.
That is really funny.
The call was coming from inside the house. Literally. And then I really had kittens because then it was like, they were like, well, come on up. And I was like, oh my God.
I'll be right there.
Do that?
You hang up the phone and it's like,
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a long story, but it's just one of those things where the universe opens up and you're on a path and you go, should I take it? And you think, well, yeah, I have to take it. So actually, they did offer me a job performing as Madonna on a cruise ship.
Oh,
wow.
Fun.
So there you go.
So
and
you ditched advertising.
I did. I have worked as a professional Madonna impersonator. What was I doing then through college? I was a bartender. And I was in a crazy article. A League of Their Own was being filmed in Chicago. Also, this was also early 90s, right around the same time.
Sure.
So people kept following me and chasing me, dropping their groceries, wanting me to sign their paycheck, like an autograph.
Because they thought you were the real Madonna.
Yeah. And the more I would say I wasn't, the more they would be convinced that I was.
Oh, wow.
But really, I didn't. It's just that people wanted to believe I was. Do you know what I mean?
Like there's a movie in there somewhere. That just sounds so fun.
Well, it's the willing suspension of disbelief. I think that's what you call it. When you know she's in town for months and months and months filming this baseball movie, and you just want it to be so badly. And so I got Playboy called, and asked if I would do just to stop by and do a 10-page spread right quick.
Right quick.
Then I did I was on another, back in that same time, I was on a flight. I had a show in far-flung New Caledonia, and I was on an Air France flight into Auckland, New Zealand, and they thought I was Madonna sitting in coach.
Okay.
Right? And I was like, please. And I showed them my passport, and they were like, this has to be fake. And then they moved me to business. Then they moved me to first class. Then they put me in the cockpit.
Oh my gosh!
For the landing of the plane.
I love that they think this. There's no possible way you couldn't actually be just not Madonna,
exactly.
And so they're just upgrading you and giving you first class. And here's all the champagne you won.
Yeah. It was kind of like Catch Me If You Can, but I wasn't trying to be, I wasn't trying to run. But
as
the
if
thing
Madonna would hide in coach.
Exactly. Let me hide in coach with my legs sprawled out over the seat. But if you remember back in the day, there was no internet. No one knew. Is she really here? Is she there?
There was no cell phones to take pictures and do
there was
TikTok exposing you for a fraud or,
Exactly. And people would spot Madonna in Chicago when she was there. And all they could do was call their friend's phone and leave a voicemail. It's like, I got to call in for my messages to see if anyone's seen Madonna. It was slow living back then. So,
yeah. Wait, so I want to know, I wanted to close the loop on your advertising project. How did you do?
I aced it. I whizzed it. And as a matter of fact, about 10 years later, I went into that, the head of my department, I went into his office with a full passport with every page stamped. And I was like, remember me. And he just thought it was fantastic. And
it was like your Julia Roberts Pretty Woman moment. You work on commission, right?
There you go.
Big mistake. Huge.
Right? The advertising industry lost out big time on I could have been a copywriter.
Exactly. I could have been an executive creative director. Big mistake. Huge.
Big mistake.
That's in your biopic. That's how we're writing the scene. Where like your advertising professor is going to flunk you, and then you're going to go back in years later. Yeah, that's dressed as Madonna, of course.
Let's change the entire story. Let's just start over.
Well, so I'm curious, Melissa, what kind of work goes into your stage show and impersonating Madonna? Because you do sing Madonna live. You're not lip syncing.
No. As a matter of fact, I mean, my first big show that I was in was Legends in Concert in Las Vegas. I was in some smaller productions before then and ended up doing a lot of really bizarre, hilarious, low budget things. But that was the first kind of like big production where we had a live band, even live horns, live backing singers. And the thing about these type of production shows is you don't have a whole lot of control until you do, you know? And we end up putting the same 5 songs together for years, you know, years and years and years. So if it was my own show, and I've had my own show before, but only kind of for one night, I've never had a free artistic license to do everything that I want to do for more than a night. However, right now I'm in Berlin doing a show. I was the first one on the stage 25 years ago, in Berlin, Germany. And I've been able to change my set accordingly. So I work on the costuming. I sync up the video. We have huge screens back behind us. So I sync up what I'm doing with the real concert footage. I want to make sure the audience can see what it is that they're watching. If they don't know, then now they know.
Okay.
But I don't even think I answered your question. I think I babbled for about 5 minutes, to tell you the truth.
That's how much work it is. That's how much work it is to impersonate or to put in the work to be a Madonna impersonator.
Yeah. I mean, the dancers, I want them to look and feel like they're part of the whole scene, because in a Madonna concert, they really are. They're such an integral part. I want to make sure that the backing vocals are on. I want to make sure that the lighting is just as close as possible. Now, everything on a budget, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like shoestring Madonna.
Well, and then given, I mean, you just mentioned earlier, sync up with the video. I mean, that must be extremely detail, timing oriented. The work ethic that has to go into that has to be.
Well, it's just time. It's based. If I want to do, say, a medley of the Confessions, kind of like disco, which I do in Berlin, I do.
Well, of course, they're going to love that.
Yeah, I start with Music Inferno, but then we go straight to La Isla, and so I tear away the suit, and we're not doing Erotica, You Thrill Me, unfortunately.
Oh, so good, though. It's so good.
Oh, I love it. I've been able to do it before, but only once. Then we go into Hung Up. So it's mini versions of everything.
Yeah.
But once I know what my medley is and the timing of it, then I go back through the video and I sync that up as close as possible. And then they're flashing me and they're flashing Madonna on the screen to try to meld us together. And I'm the larger one. She's the smaller one.
Okay.
Well, it's sort of like in Jurassic Park when Steven Spielberg used, so this is a strange analogy, but Steven Spielberg used puppet animatronic dinosaurs mixed with the what is it? The computer animated dinosaurs. And I remember him saying, the human mind, once they see the puppet dinosaur and then they see the digital animation dinosaur, the brain will think it's the one and the same. So that's the same thing with you, Melissa. So
do you think that Madonna would appreciate the fact that we're referencing a dinosaur and a
T-Rex
and another dinosaur?
No, I think
Maybe.
How about? I think she would appreciate us referencing her and Steven Spielberg together.
Okay,
There you go. Right.
Well, so from a song perspective, how do you choose what songs you're going to sing? Because, like you said, you've done Confessions, you've done early Madonna. Like, how do you go through her? I mean, it's probably the same problem Madonna's having with her Celebration tour set list.
Oh my gosh!
How do you pick what songs to perform and do?
Well, this is another kind of strange odyssey about performing in a big production show. I'm only one little slice of the pie. Usually the biggest piece goes to, come on, help me out at home. Who? Elvis
Michael
Presley.
Jackson.
Oh, good one. But no, Elvis, the king of rock and roll.
Okay.
But
I wasn't sure how far back the legends were going.
They're going back pretty far, but it just seems like I'm just a tiny little sliver of the pie. So there's, I can maybe squeeze 5 songs in, but if it were my own thing, which I've done my own thing, and I love to do all the songs that I never get to do and that people, real true fans of Madonna, never ever get to hear live. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I had a show in London for one night only. I had a banjo player. I had rappers. I had a gospel choir. I had a cellist from the London Symphony. We did Falling Free.
Nice.
We did. Oh my gosh. We did so many amazing songs. And that's at this point in my career and at this point in time, I really want to just do a live band show and do whatever the hell I want and do whatever people just call it out. Let's
Rescue
do it.
me.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Material Girl. Oh, wait.
Right. Let me rethink.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and then on that also, I think I've seen videos of you in classic Madonna. Do you only dress up as classic Madonna or do you switch up the looks as well?
Classic Madonna. What's classic Madonna?
Material Girl, borderline, like 80s Madonna.
I don't think I can really get away with that anymore, to tell you the truth. I mean, I probably would with the right lighting and makeup and stuff. But really, I wouldn't feel like my authentic Madonna impersonating self. I want to stay in my lane. And I think that there's younger impersonators that can do that. I can sing it, but I don't know about the 80s stuff. I love it.
Okay.
I miss it. I miss the 1900s in general.
Yes, I think I do too. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It was a simpler time back then before
really
the internet and social media and cell phones.
Yeah. Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, it's changed quite a lot about our landscape.
Yeah.
So how does Madonna inspire you in your work or personal life? I mean, she's known for being the hard worker that she is, and I'm sure that infiltrates a little bit into what you do.
Absolutely. It's just perseverance. And I think what you have at your disposal in whatever you do, just the will, the right brain of it, the creative kind of problem solving, figuring stuff out, working. Who works harder at anything than Madonna? Really? I mean, who does? I just can't think of anyone in any industry that is as relentless as she is. And maybe sometimes she thinks, you know what? I wish I would just turn myself off for a second so I can just take a nap.
Yeah, I've often wondered, like, is there a moment where she's like, if I just could push the button?
Yeah.
Just for one day where I'm not me, I don't have to perform. But I think it's so ingrained in who she is.
Absolutely.
Would be almost impossible for her, even if she did choose to turn it off, so to speak, that she could ever turn who she is off.
Exactly. It's that drive. And yeah, it's kind of, it's impossible for her not to think creatively. And,
Right.
and so, yeah, I think we all could be using that sort of special features panel. I'm sure we all have some, you know, a little bit of Madonna in us somewhere.
Well,
sure.
yes, I think so. Well, at least the people in this podcast.
Yes,
Right.
we do.
We channel her. We have evening seances on Friday nights where we're like, Madonna, please talk to us. Please come to us.
Right.
We bring out all
the take.
all the crystals and the feathers and the strange little trinkets.
There's some patchouli oil scented in the room, and Melissa, I want to know. So you mentioned the League of Their Own movie.
Yeah.
You've had a couple other brushes with Madonna moments in your career. Tell us about some of those.
Have I had brushes with Madonna?
Well, I'm thinking specifically Blonde Ambition people.
Yeah. Oh, yes. The Blonde Ambition people.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Right. Yes, I know the Blonde Ambition
We're trying to
people.
make the conversation sound like we don't know what we're talking
It's
about.
so
It's just organically happening. I have show notes, people. I have show notes. Spoiler alert! I already know the story.
Well, I've actually performed with Louis Camacho, and I consider him a friend. Also, Oliver. Oliver and I were on a contract for 3 months in Osaka, Japan, and he's like, I could swear this is the same hotel we stayed at. And I was like, stop. And if you can imagine, doing the bridge to Vogue, you know, so get up on the and then doing this Running Man thing with Oliver.
Wow. Oh yeah.
That
Fun.
was just crazy to do. Crazy.
Like a
to do.
dream.
Yes. And I've also done Vogue with Louis.
Mm-hmm.
And that also is he's just still double jointed as hell. I mean, and so funny. God, he's funny. And then, yeah, it was a strange timing because I was in Berlin when the movie Strike a Pose, the documentary. Did you see it?
Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah. So that was actually premiered in Berlin at the Berlinale Film Festival.
Yes.
And I don't know how I got wind of that. It must have been just on Instagram or something. And I found out they were all going to be there, and I was able to go and watch the premiere of that right behind them.
Oh, nice.
And I mean, everyone was there except for Gabriel, of course. And to see them watching, they had never seen all the other guys' parts of that documentary. They had never seen it in its entirety. And just to see those guys watching that was so moving and just, and they
it was a beautiful film in general. Like I remember because I saw it with all of them in New York. I think it was after the the Berlin premiere. They had then flown to New York, and I was there for the New York premiere. And it was, you know, I think people were. I mean, I was welling up with tears. People were crying. It was just very emotional. Yeah, really. So then, right around then, I was in Amsterdam. I was doing Pride in Amsterdam. And Amsterdam Pride is a kind of thing where it's a little out of control because the parade is on the canals. And I spent the day on the canals, and I was singing "Protect Yourself" for AIDS funds there instead of "Express Yourself." Oh yes,
singing "Protect Yourself," and Carlton and Oliver were there, and we just vogued all day long in front of about 500,000 people. It was just
that's fun.
It was incredible. I mean, it was incredible.
Wait, so you were on a boat?
We were on it's like a float, like a parade float, but it is a boat.
Yeah, because it's in the canals of Amsterdam.
Yes, and then the bridges come up and then they go back down. And if you don't pay attention, you'll whack your head. Just a note about that.
What a great opportunity to reenact Like a Virgin.
True.
I mean, I know that was Venice, but you know, at least it's almost the same.
Venice, Amsterdam.
Yeah, exactly. Tomato.
Exactly. So yeah, I've had little brushes. Also, Madonna hung up on me, but I didn't actually try to call her, which was awkward. Because actually, then when "Hung Up" came out, I just laughed because
that's
I thought,
funny.
it's a long story too. I'm very chatty on
Oh no! Tell us, how did you
Tell
end
us.
up on the phone where Madonna hangs up on you? That's a
listening
story we
in.
want to know.
Well, this was also when she was in town for A League of Their Own. I was a bartender, and I was actually hired to be a Madonna double on that set. But they never needed me. So I just had to call in every day and check in, because if they needed me, I was going to have to go to X, Y, or Z location or whatever.
Right.
So, but the casting lady, she was very nice. And she said, we're going to go ahead and give you descriptions of her kind of like 3 sort of like most prominent stalkers. So, because you should probably be aware. And I was like, great. Good stuff. So there was one who, it was such a distinct cartoonish description. He has bright ginger red hair, curly wavy. He's about in his 40s. He's got a like South African accent. He's left-handed. I mean, it was just all kinds of like stuff. And I thought, okay, well, sure enough, because they're like, if you should run into anyone or if someone tracks you down, because you don't have obviously any security. And I lived right downtown Chicago. I lived 3 blocks from where she was staying. Mm-hmm. So just call security at the hotel, call the police, call me, call blah, blah, blah. Well, sure enough, I'm bartending. And I had already received some press for being mistaken for Madonna or whatever. So in walks this man towards the end of my bar shift. And he has this article that I was in the Chicago Tribune. My picture was in the paper. And he's got this crazy curly wavy red hair. Oh, no. And he's in his mid-40s. And he's got a funny accent. And I think it was that he smoked a pipe or something bizarre. It was really just, here he comes. And he was staring at me, and he was circling and circling and circling and circling my picture in the paper and staring at me.
With his left hand.
Right.
And a peg leg.
Oh, Jesus.
So I got really scared, and I called the Four Seasons. It's like, excuse me, I need to talk to Madonna. I was really scared. I need to talk to Madonna security. Because there's this man, and that's a long story. And can they come? And they were like, ma'am, it's like, they're like, hold on. And they came back and they're like, can you explain one more time this and that and this and that? Well, I didn't know Madonna was listening in on the conversation.
Oh my gosh.
And so I was like, there's this man. I sounded really crazy. I was 22 years old. I've been this, that. So basically he said, ma'am, Madonna told us to hang up on you. And I was like, I wasn't asking you to, hook Madonna up to this phone call. I just
right.
don't want to
talk to her. I just need security.
Right. I don't want to end up face down.
Wait, so what happened to the red-haired peg-leg man?
We waited till he left, and
he got tired.
I mean, I was just on my bike, After my shift, I just got on my bike and pedaled home. Like, oh my God, this guy. Wow. But it got me thinking, wow, would you ever want to be that famous?
Yeah.
Right.
Where you can't even go outside without crazy people coming after you.
Yeah. Yep. Unhinged.
That's one word for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Without hinges.
So what is on the horizon for you professionally? I know you said you do sing Madonna songs specifically, or do you have your own?
No.
Okay.
For the reason of this whole story I just told, not for me.
Oh, gotcha.
But no, I'm only a Madonna singer. And actually, because I probably am trying to wind down my career, and I'm so unfulfilled in terms of being able to sing all the songs that we know need to be sung. I actually am launching a singing telegram bespoke service, kind of like on Cameo.
Fine.
Nice.
But
okay.
It's called Madonnagram.
Nice.
And
okay.
Yeah. So it's not live yet, but it's about to be. And it's madonnagram.com. And basically, It is, yeah, like a virtual singing telegram, any song under the sun that someone wants to dedicate, and I will record it. I won't just do like send some sort of pre-canned thing. I will sing and dedicate it to whoever. And that's what I'm doing to indulge my my penchant for all these incredible Madonna songs, because I'm hoping people are going to say, yes, please. Can I have One More Chance? Can I have Forbidden Love? Can I have
Physical Attraction?
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that is such a good idea. I'm super excited to see. Like, I'm going to send one to Stefan.
I'm sorry. What? Yeah, The Look of Love.
Yeah, causing a commotion.
Causing a commotion. All of it. Take a Bow.
That's a great idea. I love that.
So that's what I'm doing, and pretty soon I'm going to launch my little video pitch for it on Instagram, and I'm excited because maybe it has the potential to turn into an actual live show.
That would be fantastic.
There you go. That would be cool.
Yeah, I want to sing along.
I see it now. I see a live show that becomes a video of the film that you could then market, and then maybe it becomes a story of your life on stage.
Wow.
Well, you're a confident one, aren't you?
Hey, you got to commoditize it, right? You know?
Yes,
Package
you do.
As we've learned from your marketing and advertising professor, you gotta market it that's as
right.
smart as you can.
I remember my my tagline at the time was the difference between Melissa and Madonna: 2 vowels, 3 consonants, and $90 million. But it's not $90 million anywhere, is it? It's
a little more.
And tiny bit more. Adjust for inflation.
Speaking of $90 million, will you be seeing the Celebration tour?
What a great segue. No, actually.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I thought I was. And then I'm not.
Why?
I thought someone was having tickets and telling me that I would be going, and I'm not.
Look, it is still young. It is still early in the year.
Mm-hmm.
There is ample opportunity for you, because you would probably go in London, right?
I would, but it just depends on
where
actually
you're at,
what
when
I'm
the
doing
show's-
right now is I'm being hired to perform at kind of like the after party type things.
Of course, that makes sense.
Possibly, one in Stockholm, one in I don't remember, possibly Barcelona. I can't remember the ones that I've been asked to do so far, but yeah,
so you'll be in some of the same cities that the show is happening.
I will, doing probably a sound check with my sad
Okay,
self.
well, let's hope for a night off here or there, and. To anyone attending, if you need a Madonna date to a celebration tour where Melissa will be, please consider Melissa. She'll be a hot ticket item. Everyone will want to photograph you. You'll be all over the papers. The local papers will definitely want. But you're with Madonna. What? So it's a win-win.
I promise to bring my gap tooth paint and paint a gap in the teeth of anyone that wants to come.
She'll sing live to you. It'll be a fun time. All for the cost of a small ticket to Celebration.
$14.25.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Can you imagine if ticket prices were that cheap still? I mean, I can't even fathom that ticket prices were even that cheap to go see people on tour.
Yeah. Well, here's what happens. All of you all know who you are out there. You buy like every ticket that you can get your hands on, right? I'm going to Paris. I'm going to Barcelona. I'm going to New York. I'm going to Philly. It's like, give somebody else a chance.
Let somebody else go to the show.
Right?
It's like the same 20 people.
Right? Mm-hmm. Snatching them all up.
I know. God bless them. I mean, I wish I had the money and time to be able to do that. But I got to work. I've got bills to pay.
Well, come clean. How many are you going to?
Right now, only 2. I mean,
only
2. Liberty and I are flying to Vancouver to see opening night, which we hope,
lovely,
praying does not get canceled, because I've never gone to an opening night, and she has a penchant for canceling and rescheduling those opening nights. So here's hoping. And then, seeing another. I live in Philly at the moment, and I did not have the money to buy Philly when she put those dates on sale. So I'm hoping, like yourself, a Philly ticket finds its way. I mean,
Come
it's
on,
happening.
people, come
It's
through.
happening in December. It's like 7 months away. You know, I mean,
Right.
if a ticket can't find its way to me in 7 months, then something's wrong with this world. You know?
Something's wrong with the universe, for sure.
Exactly.
You know, I actually did end up, I forgot, I ended up in Oslo then when I was hired for one of these things where it's like an after show thing or a before show thing or whatever. And I ended up on an antique yacht, it looked more like a antique sailing vessel. It wasn't fancy. It was lots of lacquered wood and sails. And I ended up going through the fjords on one afternoon with a bunch of really rowdy people. And it was my kind of like booking agent said, you have to be on this boat. You have to be on this boat. I was like, sure, but I have a show. I have to get ready at 5. So all these people are going out for the day and I'm going to have to turn the damn thing around and go back. And they're like, it's okay. It's okay. And then he tells me, there's this massive pile of shrimp and just all kinds of seafood and all kinds of alcohol. And I was like, these people are really putting this alcohol away. And he's like, this is actually the crew of the Sticky and Sweet tour.
Oh, gosh.
And they have not had a day off in a month.
So they were ravenous.
They were, yes, playing catch up. And I said, if you dare tell them what I do for a living, I will kill you.
Oh my gosh.
And if he got drunk and then he was like, oh, and all of a sudden it's 4:30. I'm like, hello, TikTok, I have to go. Now you have to tell all these drunk people, we have to turn around. And so they were all like, why does she have to turn around? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? And then finally he was like, because she's a Madonna impersonator and she has to go perform at 5:00 in the town square. It was right below the hotel Madonna was staying at.
And their nightmare continued, right? Oh my gosh, we cannot get away from Madonna. Did she send her here to watch us?
Actually, what happened was they said, we are so coming.
Oh, that's so cool.
So they all came and they were just could hardly stand up. They were so drunk.
I was going to say, they must be, the combination of being drunk on vodka and eating shrimp does not sound good to me. That sounds like a pile of sick in the town square.
Lots of bread, people.
Yeah,
on a boat. Exactly. But it was a pretty calm day at sea. But I remember the guy who his job was to turn the throne, at the beginning of Candy Shop.
Sure.
He was the one turning her around. Also, he was revolving anyway, they were all just drunk as skunks. And then they said, you invited us to your show and now we're going to invite you to ours. And so the next night they got me a ticket to the Sticky and Sweet tour. And
that's wonderful.
It was great. It was a torrential downpour. It was a flood. Madonna's whole dressing room under the stage was flooded. All the electrics went out. There were Vikings on their knees mopping up the rain. And she was like, wipe this up here, get it here, I can't walk. All the dancers had sweatpants on. It was the most amazing thing. The hydraulic lift got stuck when she was on her way down after over and over, Devil Wouldn't Recognize You.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
When she's trying to go down into the hole, it just stuck.
With the piano.
Just stuck.
Oh, gosh.
So I see half of Madonna. And she was not happy. She could not. She could not.
See, there you go. Something like that. You never know where life is going to take you, and
That's right.
In a couple of months, you might be performing with someone, and they'll have a ticket for you to go see Celebration. So
maybe they will
put that energy out there into the universe. Universe is full of stars. Nothing out there looks the same.
You're the one I've been waiting for.
There you go.
I don't even know your name.
So, Melissa, I think it's time for a little segment we like to call the lightning round. Your answers it's meant to be quick,
God.
off the top of your head, wherever you're at in your Madonna journey today. Don't think too hard. Favorite Madonna song?
Oh, I can't.
You have to. What's the first one that comes to your mind?
Home Free.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Favorite Madonna music video?
Into the Groove.
Oh, I love a little danceteria. Favorite Madonna tour? And it doesn't have to be one that you attended, but I'm sure you've seen them.
Oh, Confessions.
Favorite Madonna movie?
Next Best Thing.
Yay.
Really? Tell me why.
I don't know.
Is it because Madonna's a yoga instructor?
And tenderness is all
The soundtrack is pretty amazing.
Madonnagram.com. Somebody please pay me to sing that song to you.
Time Stood Still is a beautiful
Time
song.
Stood Still. Yeah, I think that's why. Also, when she grabs her boobs and she's like 1989, 1999.
We've all been there. Yeah.
Relatable.
I push up. I try to push up my titties on a weekly basis too. It just doesn't
You
work.
and me both. Yeah.
Favorite Madonna look, and this can be from a video, a tour, a photo shoot.
Oh, the first time she was ever on People magazine.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I want to say she was wearing Dress You Up.
Yeah, it was. I think it was the same styling for that.
Yeah. I think it might have even been a live shot. Maybe it wasn't the first time she'd been on, but it's the one where she's wearing Dress You Up on the cover. It just reminds me of a time where, I mean, everything was brand new.
Yeah.
Shiny and new.
We appreciate the Madonna puns. Thank you, Melissa.
But I know she only went on to have, how many looks?
Countless.
It's like you can't even count at this point.
So I'm just going to start from the first.
Yeah.
The
Nice.
limit does not exist.
Nope.
Melissa, tell everyone where they can find you on social.
Only on Instagram at Faux Madonna. The rest is kind of like samey for me. I don't know. I'm pretty low key. I just have my Faux Madonna, and then I'm going to have Madonnagram.com, which is already up. It just has a little kind of like
Coming soon.
Operators in training, please stand by. But soon I'll launch the video for that. It's like a little commercial I did.
Hi, I'm Madonna. Not really.
I think I did about, 15 looks in one shoot in one day. It was like an I Love Lucy episode, really.
Well, when you put that up, we will make sure to share it so that way all of our listeners can take advantage of your Madonnagrams.
Yes, and
Madonnagrams.
Send me one, people, okay? Because maybe there's sort of a little running joke right now about my feelings about Miles Away. And if you could send me that one, guys, I would really appreciate.
Feelings about Miles Away.
It's just not my favorite, but we were.
We were just teasing Liberty.
Yes.
We like to goad people around here about what's there.
If anyone wants to change the words and make a parody, I'll sing it to her.
Oh, there you
go.
When you sing live, you can change anything you want.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, that is our show for today. Melissa, thank you so much for joining us. This has been such a pleasure.
Call me back. I want to read. I want to do over.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks a lot. We appreciate you taking the time out of your very busy Madonna schedule.
Yeah, because today I have to mow the lawn. And
Okay.
yeah.
I don't think we've seen Madonna doing that yet, but
Mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
Well,
We've seen her with a vacuum cleaner, I know, and we've seen her feed the chickens.
Was the vacuum cleaner from a video?
Mm-hmm. Give
Her
it to
Instagram, right? Well, yeah. Well, she likes the vacuum cleaner a lot, actually.
Does
Yes.
she? Do you know what she uses? Do you know what she drives?
Is it not a Hoover? It's got to be a Dyson.
Yeah, it should be a Dyson.
Oh dear. Well, you lovely people have a fantastic day, evening, morning, night, whatever you're having.
Yes, thank you as well, Melissa. And we are going to leave everyone today with a little snippet of Melissa singing a Madonna song live. Enjoy. Melissa, thanks again.
Thank you. Is this really happening?
It is.
Oh, am I singing?
No. I'm gonna. That's just for the show. I'm gonna insert a clip that.
Okay, I'm happy to sing whatever you want.
Don't you want to sing something on the way out? You go ahead.
I can give it a go. What do you want to hear?
I don't know. What should we hear? What are you feeling today, Melissa? Time Stood Still. You want to? You queued it up.
How about this? Wait. I don't know what key I should sing it in. I want to sing it in the original one, but I can't think of what it is. Baby face, don't grow so fast. Make a special wish that will always last. Rub this magic lantern. He will make your dreams come true. For you. Ride the rainbow to the other side. Catch a falling star and then take a ride to the river that sings and the clover that brings good luck to you. It's all true.
Yay.
I love it. Yes.
That was
I'm
beautiful.
gonna regret that. I'm gonna regret that.
No, not at all. I didn't think you were gonna go to that place. I was like, where's she gonna go? I figured it'd be something more mainstream, but gotta love a little Dear Jessie.
Yeah, that's perfect for a Saturday. I just love it. I had tears in my eyes. It was so sweet.
You can't beat that bridge. You just can't beat the bridge.
It's amazing.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us today.
Thank you.
And
My
Melissa,
pleasure.
have yourself a wonderful rest of your day as well.
You do the same. Take
Until
care.
next time, everyone.